Good afternoon, everyone. How you doing? This is Otis Burt III. I'm from San Francisco, California. I'm 25 years old, and today I'm going to do a video about what I'm looking for in a girlfriend. Hopefully, this doesn't sound desperate, and if it does, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, one of the reasons why I'm going to do this video is because this website that I post on is called brightshow.com or breachow.com, and some of the posters on there wanted me to talk about what I'm looking for in a girlfriend. I was like, I guess I'll look into it, and it's like, why not do a video about that? So I'm gonna do a video about what I'm looking for in a girlfriend. What breachow.com is the 49ers message board. Of course, we talk about San Francisco 49ers football. We also talk about other sports in there too, like the San Francisco Giants. We talk baseball, talk about the San Francisco Giants, talk about the LA Angels of Anaheim. We talk about other baseball teams, the Yankees, the Cleveland Indians, and we also talk about the NBA, talk about the Golden State Warriors, the Utah Jazz, Cleveland Cavaliers, the LA Lakers, and of course any NBA team you want to talk about. And then for baseball, of course any Major League Baseball team you want to talk about. And of course talk hockey as well, like San Jose Sharks, Anaheim Ducks, or any other NHL team you want to talk about. And then there's also a section on Bright Show or Breach Show where we talk about excuse me, where we talk about everything else, where it could be about politics, it could be about religion, and of course we always end the time about women. So you can pretty much talk about anything you want, anything under the sun. So yeah, it's a pretty cool site if you want to talk 49er football or anything else. Perhaps I recommend going on breachow.com or brightshow.com, and it's spelled BRI-show.com/forums. So if you want to come on there and talk about 49er football or any website, not any website, or any thing or any topic or other sports, you're welcome to come on breachow.com. So before I get into what I'm looking for in a girlfriend, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a shout out to a lot of the posters on there. And a lot of these guys, they're very funny guys, man. They're pretty cool. This brightshow.com is like the posters are funny. They're very knowledgeable about football, about baseball, about all the sports, hockey, basketball, and they're just funny guys. I've grown to become friends with these guys. Even though a lot of us haven't met each other like in person, it's cool to meet up people, the message board, and talk to them about sports. Talk to them about stuff that they also like as well. We share that in common, that we like sports. So it's pretty cool to talk to other 49er fans and even other Giants fans and other Warrior fans. So it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna give a shout out to these guys. First, I'm gonna give a shout out to Proper, or Proper. It's Proper, and he's a funny guy. He's a great poster. Of course, he posts about the Niners, of course, and he's a funny poster. And he also posts. On my he post messaged me, and he sent me a pic that had a picture of a woman who had nice titties. She had nice breasts, I have to admit. He's a great poster, and he posts pictures of women's breasts, I guess, or half nude women, I guess. But yeah, and we also have a hot chick there on there too, where people post pictures of nude women. And I have to admit that they look pretty hot. But yeah, but yeah, excuse me, excuse me. But yeah, I also want to give a shout out to iTrap. He's actually a Houston Texans fan, but he's a pretty good poster as well. One of the he actually wanted me to say on this video that he's a sexy beast, and I mean, I haven't met him before, and I don't judge guys like that. But I mean, yeah, he wanted me to say that on this video. So yeah, man. So for if he does the video, and if you women out there, are interested in a guy like that, who says he's a sexy beast, if he does the video, I guess you'll be able to see that if you want to. I can't judge that. I don't like guys like that. But yeah. So I mean, I don't like guys in that way. I mean, I'm friends with other guys, of course. As a friend, I mean, we don't like each other like that. But of course, I like women, and all these guys on here like women too, of course. But yeah, iTrap's a good poster. He's a Houston Texans fan. O'Doyle rules. He's a funny guy too. I think he's a LA Clipper fan. I'm not really sure about that, but he likes the Clippers, I think. or the New York Knicks. He also likes the Niners. He's a very funny poster too, actually. Very funny poster. And next, I got to give a shout out to RCS. You know, he's a really funny guy. He's a very knowledgeable poster, and he's also a fellow 49er fan, Giants fan, and Warrior fan. So you know, me and him share that in common. We both like we're both fans of the 49ers, the Giants, and the Warriors, and he's very passionate about those teams just like I am. And he's a really good poster. He's a funny poster as well. Also, gotta give a shout out to MTube or MTub, however you pronounce his name. He's known as Niner Nation 94 on Bright Show or Breed Show, and he's a funny poster too. And he's actually also doing some videos on YouTube, and yeah, he's a funny guy. A lot of people like make fun of him or Bright Show, but I think they're just doing it to make fun. Like it's not nothing to take personal, I don't think. But yeah, MTube or MTub is a good guy, and actually he has kind of like a New York or Midwest accent. I'm not really sure if he's from New York or Chicago or something, but he's a funny poster as well. Also want to give a shout out to and also he's MTube or MTub is a huge Niner fan as well. I also want to give a shout out to McNiner. He's a funny guy as well. He's a great poster. I want to give a shout out to Joker, and sadly he retired from posting, but he might. It's kind of believed, or MTube or MTub said in this video that he's under that he uses the name Goat Shagging Jesus in his as his posting name now. So I don't know if that's Joker or not, but yeah, Joker is I'll just call him Joker in this video, but Joker is he's kind of a pessimistic guy, but he's a funny poster as well. He likes the Utah Jazz. You know, he's a huge Utah Jazz fan. And it's in our Warrior threads, you know, our NBA related threads, where I bring up the Warriors or some of my other fellow Warrior fans on there, like RCS bring up the Warriors. He always like makes fun of the Warriors. He says bad things about the Warriors, and it's like I know the Warriors, you know, haven't been good for a long time, but it's too bad that he makes fun of the Warriors though. It's like everyone makes fun of the Warriors, dude. But it's like hopefully the Warriors one day will turn it around, but we'll see. Hopefully with the Mark Jackson era they'll do it. But yeah, Joker's a huge Utah Jazz fan, and he's a great poster. He's a funny poster. He's a knowledgeable poster. You know, so I wanted to give a shout out to Joker. I also want to give a shout out to John Drake. He's a very funny guy. He's a good poster, knowledgeable poster. He's a big LA Angels of Anaheim fan. He's also a big Niners fan. He's also an Anaheim Ducks fan. He lives down in SoCal. You know, but yeah, he's a great poster as well. He's also a funny guy. I'm friends with him on Facebook, so he's a pretty cool guy as well. I also want to give a shout out to B-Dog. He's also a big Niner fan. He's also a big Giants fan as well, because we have a Giants thread on Bright Show, and he's a good poster as well. He posts on there, you know, on the Giants threads a lot. So he's a good poster, knowledgeable poster about the Giants, about the Niners and stuff. So it's cool. He has a great looking picture of, I think, Salma Hayek as his avatar or avatar. So yeah. I also want to give a shout out to Big Daddy Funk. He's a great poster as well. He's a huge Warrior fan just like me, and he also posts about the Warriors, about the Niners, about the Giants. He's a big Giants fan too as well, big Niner fan of course, and he's a funny poster as well, you know, knowledgeable poster. I also want to give a shout out to Lucky 49. He's also a big Niner fan as well. You know, he's a funny poster, great guy. Want to give a shout out to McKnight. He's another guy that's a funny poster, huge Niner fan. I mean, I guess it kind of goes without saying that a lot of us on there are huge Niner fans, but yeah, a lot of these guys are great posters. This next poster, I'll just say he goes under the name. It's the N word basically. It's N_GGER. I don't know if he's doing that for race reasons or anything, but he's also a good poster, you know, funny guy. He posts on the Giants threads that we have on the Giants thread that we have on there, and of course about the Niners as well. And even though he don't want me to give him a shout out, I'm gonna give him a shout out to him anyway. He's a funny guy, a great guy, and and I'm also friends with him on Facebook. It's Benton45, and he's actually an A's fan, but he's a great guy, but he likes the Giants too though, and you know, because he grew up, he's really fun in the Bay Area, but I think he lives in Arizona now. But yeah, he's a big A's fan, but he's also a big Niner fan, and I think he likes the Phoenix Suns too as his NBA team. But he's also a great poster, funny guy. Also got to give a shout out to Filthy Rhymer. He's a SoCal guy, but he's also a huge Niner fan, and I'm not sure what baseball team he likes. Maybe the Angels. I'm not really sure exactly, but yeah. I also want to give a shout out to G9er21. I think we know him as G9er, but he's also a great poster, a funny guy. He's a huge Laker fan though, but it's all good. You know, I'm still friends with this guy. At least he's a Niner fan, even though he's a Laker fan and a Dodger fan. But he's a great guy. I also want to give a shout out to Assassin52. He's also another funny guy, great poster, huge Niner fan. I got to give a shout out to Courtesy Flush. He's another great guy, great poster, funny poster, huge Niner fan. Jtonic16, gotta give him a shout out. Another funny guy, great poster. Sorry to sound kind of redundant in a lot of this, but I gotta give these guys a shout out. I also gotta give a shout out to ET9. He's a funny guy, great poster. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's a huge Indiana Pacers fan. I don't really know too many other Pacer fans really. He's one of the few Pacer fans I know. It's him and this guy that I went to high school with. You know, are pretty much the only two Pacer fans that I know right now. But yeah, he likes the Pacers. He's also a huge Niner fan as well. And I think he might like the Giants. I'm not really sure exactly. I'm not sure if he's into baseball as much, but he's a great poster, funny guy as well. Diggy, I gotta give a shout out to him. He's another funny guy, great poster, Niner fan. I also gotta give a shout out to Yellow Snowman. He's known as Knobs on the Breach Show website. But yeah, he's a very funny guy as well, and he's a huge Yankee fan. He's one of the few Yankee fans on the Breach Show website. Also got to give a shout out to Askia32. I think he also lives here in the Bay Area, but he's also a very funny guy. You know, great poster, huge Niner fan. I think he might be a Giants fan too, but yeah, he's a fellow Bay Area guy. And Yellow Snowman is also a huge Niner fan too. Gotta give a shout out to Pedro DePacus. He's also a huge Niner fan, and he's also I think he also lives in SoCal too. He's also like Johnny Drake. He's also a huge Angels fan, and I think Anaheim Ducks fan too. I'm not sure if he likes the LA Kings as much, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, also gotta give a shout out to Sizzle Beans. He wanted me to give him a shout out, so I'm gonna give him a shout out. Another great poster, funny poster. I want to give a shout out to probably one of our female posters on Bright Show. I mean, there might be other ones, but she's one of the more well-known female posters on our on the website, and it's Touchdown Buddha. And that's her name on there. But she's a great person. You know, great woman. It's too bad she's not religious, but she's a great person overall. I'm friends with her. You know, so she's a cool person. She's a huge Giants fan, huge Niner fan. She's very knowledgeable. She's a great poster as well. I also want to give a shout out to Big Worm. He's a funny guy as well. He's also a huge Laker fan, but he's also a huge Niner fan as well. Got to give a shout out to Draper. He's also a great guy, great poster, huge Niner fan. Got to give a shout out to one of our newer posters.